Hi, welcome to Shea Salon again. So sorry it's taking me so long to get back to you guys. I've been loaded with work. But however, I am back. So here is a pictorial on how I make some of my wig units. So this one is going to be about burgundy hair from Zury with a full closure. And to start, you're going to need, of course, your styrofoam head. I showed you guys in one video. There's some other YouTubers out there that are going to help you on how to measure your dome size for your styrofoam head. You would just measure your circumference of your head and then measure your nape from your nose, get your circumference numbers, and then tape the styrofoam head to fit your size so that the wig is not going to be too small. I'll try to put some things down below to help you with some other YouTubers. If not, just stay tuned to some of my other channels and they will also help guide you. So of course we're going to need these weaving caps. You can pick the dome cap, the spandex cap. I've done a YouTube on that as well. Whatever is comfortable for you as far as heat resistant, or if you want your scalp to breathe, this is best for me. So we're going to have the weaving cap. It does come with adjustable straps in the back. And we're going to make this fixated like a wig form for our head. So therefore we're going to need some elastic band. You can get this from any weaving store, sewing store, excuse me, even Walmart. So anything close by that has some kind of fabric or sewing tools there. This is the 1-inch band in width, and the length doesn't really matter. We'll get into that later. So the hair that I'm using today are all Zury. This is just store-bought hair. They're Zury Ultra Yaki, the number 78, red wine. I'll try to put these descriptions in the info bar below. Of course, a 1B color. We're going to alternate colors, or you can just, customize it the way you would like. The closure is from Weave Crown. It was already custom blended with the burgundy and the 1B number in it. Next, of course, you're going to need your thread. This is what we call the nylon thread. I get this from my Indian hair supplier. The cotton does not seem to last as long, and this one also helps from shedding and deteriorating through your unit, so it's more long lasting. So we're going to use this. To me, I prefer the curved needles. Of course, there's the hook needles, there's the straight needles, but if you're going to be going in and out of your unit quickly, these curved units work best for me. And of course, you're going to need some hair cutting shears. Okay, so we're going to put the net, place your net over your wig. If your styrofoam head is not fixated, as you can see here, I put a towel to help kind of keep it stiff and sturdy onto the table for my the head holder. So you're going to need some of these pin cushions as well. Okay, so excuse me about that. Some of these pin cushions, anything, thumbtacks, anything that can hold the net down or hold the hair down, ladies. So here I'm using some of my weaving, sewing, typical pin cushions, maybe 2 in the back, 2 in the front. Okay, so let's go. Let's go ahead and start sewing. I am going to sew from nape to nape, ear to ear, starting with my black colored extensions 1B. I believe all these hairs were 12 or 14-inch length. You can pick whatever desired length you would like. So I continued. I was cutting the wefts. This is going to be a temporary weave unit, especially since it is not my Indian hair, Brazilian hair, any of the virgin hair companies out there. This is something that's going to be very temporary use for me since it is beauty supply hair. So have no fear. If you're using high-end hair, then you're probably want to do the fold over method and not cut your wefts. But since this is inexpensive hair for me, I am cutting my wefts to relieve bulkage. So I just continued going from ear to ear with the black. I went a little higher, temple to temple. I don't believe I had any hair left when I finished this, maybe a track of burgundy, but the whole black pack, 1B pack, was totally completed by the time we finished with this. So here's the burgundy. We're adding the burgundy now. This was about the temple area around the eyes. So from eye to eye, I continued sewing back and forth. And then here we are where we started making them a full circle. So I continued from eye level to eye level and cut the wefts, and then here we went ahead and kept going around full circle you can either cut the wefts here, or you can continue spiraling them around at the top until you get into like a cinnamon roll shape form. So here we go. Here we're just connecting them so that it's free flowing. There's no breakage within the track, so it can be seamless. So as we got closer to the top, I left out a complete circle, a little bit larger than the closure size. Then we went ahead and installed our closure. Your closure should still be somewhat from ear to ear and nose to nape. So I have this very centered. I'm going to go for a Chinese bang look and just a very middle closure part. Okay, so after the closure was installed, then I continued with the burgundy tracks around it, because I even wanted to make sure that I sewed it on the net that the closure is on, so that there's seamless and no spaces there. So there you have it. Now the unit is totally finished. You can't really see the face here. It's looking like Cousin It, but have no fear, we'll style it later. Okay, so now you can see here I flipped the wig unit inside out. So that's what we're looking at now, is the net, and again, you're going to need your pin cushions or thumbtacks, whatever you're using, and pin them 2 down in the back, 2 down in the front, because now it's the part that we're going to transform this unit into a regular unit into a wig. So for your elasticity on this, we're going to sew the elastic on it now. So just grab your elastic. I know it's going to be probably pretty long. Measure from the back of your neck all the way around, behind your earlobes, all the way to the front and front of your hairline, to make sure that you're getting the best fit for your circumference. After you've acquired that with the measurements of your measuring tape, that should come around 18 to maybe 20 something inches as a normal circumference. You're going to take away 2 or 3 inches off of that, so that the elastic will be form-fitting to your head. So if you're coming up to like 21 inches, then after cutting it, you should subtract 2 or 3 inches and get for maybe 18 to 19 inch elastic. Make sure that's comfortable on your head before sewing it down to your unit. So now we're going to go ahead and fit that totally around the circumference of the unit with the pins. Pin that down as well, so it's easier to sew down. Some of these pics here kind of looks like I might have some out of place, so bear with me. This is my first pictorial. As you can see here, we pinned the elastic down in the front, and I pinned them down in the back. You're going to need 2. Actually, it's better to start from the back, so just in case you have some extra elastic that you probably can cut off, you can do so at this time. So I'll start at the back of the nape where it's open at, and start sewing the elastic to the far exterior of your net, which you can see here. For double elasticity, well, for the last longer on your unit, we're also going to sew on the inside of the elastic later, but for now we're going to focus on the exterior part of the elastic. So after doing that, we just continue to go all the way around to the front and back to the back again. After we get to the back where you see your original opening of the elastic, we're now going to sew your 2 ends together, the front and the back end. We're going to sew them going upward, sort of like you would do a zipper. So we're going to make this just sew it any kind of way, just so that it's closed up, obviously. Then we're going to continue that same thread, okay? That same thread, and just go on the top now. Hopefully these pictures are helping you. We're going to sew on the top, on the interior part of the elastic, just for a little bit more support, and so it's not moving around on your head. Okay, so there you have it. Hopefully these pics here are showing you. I just went all the way around. I followed the seam as I did for the first time we were sewing. And you ended where you started, right back in the back. Now here's a picture of my model, my twin, my mom. So that's her Mother's Day look. So this is a burgundy, what is this, number 78, and a 1B Ultra Zury Yaki wig unit. And it's just a basic China cut. So any questions or concerns, of course, leave them down below. Don't forget to rate and subscribe, girls. And you can hit me up on my Twitter or my Instagram, or just call the cell phone for any appointments. Okay, thanks guys, and God bless.